Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Gatty Crypto here. So we've got a community pool spend proposal that's just gone up, and this one's put up by Terra Rebels, and it's in association with the recent Agora text around 3 days ago that was put up. You can see here on the right hand side exactly how much they're asking for from the community pool as to make these upgrades. So I'm not going to read this bit because it's actually in the proposal itself on Agora. So I'm going to read this from the top to the bottom, and then I'm just going to give you my opinion on it. And what I want to say just before I do start diving into this is I support Rebel Station 100%. In fact, I've always supported it from the beginning, and you can go back through any of my videos and see that I've always backed this up, but the move always needed to be made at the correct time, so to speak. So let's start from the top. So this community pool spend proposal from Terra Rebels is concerned with ensuring that the community retains access to their wallets through Rebel Station after TFL replaced Terra Station with a new wallet application, Interchain Station, with which Terra Classic is not compatible without extensive and costly L1 development work. TFL are in the process of replacing Terra Station with a new Interchain Station wallet application, which is designed to operate across all Cosmos blockchains via IBC. As a result, Terra Station will cease to be supported and will sunset over a time period that has not yet been clearly defined by TFL. So just going to pause. That is, from my understanding and the information that has been presented, that's not correct. Yes, Terra Station is going to be closing down in a sense because it's going to be changed to Station, but there's still going to be a legacy form of Terra Station available at all times to people. The existing Station mobile applications potentially may be removed as soon as the end of 2022, when the existing Terra Station mobile apps will likely update to the Interchain Station mobile application, according to the rough estimate given by TFL. The Terra Classic blockchain is currently incompatible with Interchain Station, and the work that TFL has described as being necessary to make it compatible is extensive and costly L1 work. The parity upgrade work in v2.0.3 and much more is required, along with extensive regression testing. There will also be inconvenient migration activities due to certain requirements that will have a negative impact on existing blockchains, dApps, and smart contracts. Whilst this work eventually may be done, access to legacy Chrome extension and web portal through Rebel Station must be provided as a minimum in interim period to allow the community to continue to access their wallets through a maintainable platform. So we know now that a lot of this is not so much false, but it's just misinforming people in a sense that there will be Station and then there will be Legacy Terra Station. And Legacy Terra Station is currently what we're on now. It will become Legacy once the Interchain Station comes out, but eventually there'll be no need for a Legacy Station because it will be all interweaving in to the Interchain Station in itself. And this was always kind of the next step in the cosmos for everything, and everybody else is jumping on board, and it seems we're more or less running away from it. But it is mentioned here the work may eventually be done, but it's costly, but it may eventually be done. It becomes confusing at times, especially for myself. So this work's going to cost around $150,000 for us to more or less put ourselves in what we're being described as a safe environment for people. So this in itself is a big move, because if anything goes wrong in the future, right, and you're a user of Rebel Station, who are then responsible for Rebel Station? Well, that's Terra Rebels, so therefore the blame would lie on them, right? Well, no, not necessarily, because we don't have any kind of system in place which says they're in charge, they're the ones who, if things go wrong, and this is a huge amount to pay out of the community pool right now, in a time when everybody was screaming and shouting about funding and stuff like that. So it does confuse me a little bit, but we do need this. We do need the autonomy from TFL in a sense, but at the same time, we shouldn't neglect our duty to the cosmos as a whole, because the cosmos is huge and built up from a lot of different blockchains, peoples, projects, and validators across the board, across the whole Cosmos ecosystem, right? So they're anticipating this work's going to take 2 months. And during this time, you're going to see a mobile application refactoring to function with TR backend infrastructure, desktop application refactoring to function with TR backend infrastructure, Finder application refactoring to function with TR backend infrastructure, ongoing technical support of the suite of wallet and Finder applications. We see these activities as critical to maintaining wallet and Finder access in the light of TFL's planned replacement of Terra Station with Interchain Station. And as such, we have prioritized this work over the v2.0.3 parity upgrade work, and we will revisit and provide a budget for the parity work in due course. We strongly recommend the community votes for the plan. So in itself, there's positives and negatives to this, but the one thing that's not been mentioned in this proposal is the fact that regardless of you using Terra Station or Rebel Station right now, it doesn't matter because your coins are on the blockchain. So you're just using an endpoint to connect. So this in itself has caused, and regardless of what certain people think, it did cause panic. Things are calming down now, but there's a lot of people who are locked into a 21-day waiting period, as to which they're not going to be salty, but you know, it's going to give them time to reflect on things that are happening, you know, how the mistake was made. Where did how did I make this mistake? Well, I read this, and it's the same across the board for loads of people. So honestly, 100% supporting Rebel Station, but at the same time, please make sure to help other people understand that might not understand that you don't need to move your coins anyway. You don't need to undelegate your coins to move because you're already on Rebel Station. You just need to connect. It's just an endpoint. It doesn't matter which one you use. You could vote on Terra Station or Rebel Station right now and it would be the same result, and it's the same for everything. It is literally just a display. It's an endpoint, and that's the most simplest way to put it for you folks. So I wanted to get this video out just so people know that this proposal is up, and it is down to the community, and that's why I said this in my previous video. No, we should vote on this. This shouldn't be something that's a decision made for the community. It should be down to the community whether they actually want to fund this or not, and also validators across the board, because the old guard, so to speak, you know, they've always known Terra Station, and a lot of them know how easy it is to copy and paste the system in itself. You guys have seen that for yourself. We actually have a copy and pasted system to run Lunk Penguins, and we've had that for quite some time now. So it's interesting, and it would be nice to see if someone possibly puts a competition, because how this is supposed to work, right? And this is what kind of upsets me about Rebel Station, is that they have stated that anybody can put up, you know, a community spend proposal for doing stuff like this, and anybody can work on the blockchain. Then someone can put up a competition proposal offering the same service but for cheaper, and at the same time, you know, it's obvious they don't want to be held accountable in certain ways, but at the same time, if we're moving to Rebel Station, like, it's very interesting. So one more thing just before I end this video, because I've got to get another video going, because we've got some Lunar Burning Nights footage to show the community, so do keep an eye out for that one this evening. And I have got a podcast episode booked in with Faffy. It's supposed to be this evening, but it might not. I haven't heard from him this evening so far, so it might happen tomorrow. I'll find out what's going on. Things do change for people during the day, but these kind of scam proposals, right? Know whether to veto them. They're the real obvious ones. Obviously, I can't say to you, you need to go and know whether to veto them, but that's what we're doing, because ultimately these people will just keep doing it if they keep getting their deposit back. And you know, they're blatant scams when they're airdrops and stuff like this across the board. Folks, stay safe, beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me, and don't trade on emotion, trade on fact where you can, and I'll catch you in the next one.